The exhibition, Banksy and Street Art, the Early Years, is a very broad story of the writing on walls and humankind's desire to want to write on walls. The earliest forms of graffiti started in Spanish Harlem in the 1920s in the US, and that evolved into name tagging, let's say, where individuals would write their names on walls in Philadelphia in the late 60s and New York in the early part of the 1970s. And that caused, to some extent, a media furore. Who are these people? Why are they doing it? He was instrumental in, let's say, introducing New York graffiti art and hip-hop to Bristol in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Banksy was heavily influenced by Robert Del Nair and is on record of saying that. There's a sort of confrontation with the police. Obviously what they were doing was illegal, and Banksy in particular and others thought that stenciling would be a much more efficient way of leaving their marks, leaving their artworks on a surface, executed very, very quickly to avoid an escape the long arm of the law. I think the obscurity around his name has created a lot of attention and intrigue. You know, who is Banksy? It's very much like a Robin Hood sort of character. You know, and I think to some extent he's very, very similar to that mythical character in that, you know, he's stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, and so on and so forth. You know, I think that his socio-political messages are very clearly in favour of, let's say, you know, the common person, in that, you know, he's not afraid to convey his thoughts on injustices, you know, whether it be political or social or whatever.